All my tattoos pretty much are for family members. It's kind of an ongoing depiction of my life and my family merging together as one. So when I was getting it, I was thinking about my journey through my mother throughout the course of our upbringing. The Bible quote from my mom, so she's at the beginning of my journey through all the tough parts we've had and for all the sacrifices that she had made for me. And for my two brothers and my sister, my wife, my grandfather, both my grandmothers, my other grandpa.
Why is it important for you?
Well, it's everything. I even put it on my left arm because the stuff that's most important to me is closest to my heart. It's always been about trying to be like my brother. I wanted to be like him. I wanted to follow in his footsteps, and that started with soccer. And he made the state team, regional team, national team, did residency, went to Wake Forest, played in MLS for a few years and played in USL. I wanted to do everything he did, and he set the path and has seen all of his success and how much he progressed was something that I wanted to aspire to and, hopefully try to tap into a bit. Growing up, my mom would work multiple jobs, and one of these things where she'd be able to stash cash and put it in a jar. Literally, that's the story she told us. And it was one of these situations where, we didn't have vacations, right? Growing up, I'd be like, oh my goodness, my friends are going to the Outer Banks. And we didn't really have that, because guess what? We were going to Jefferson Cup, and we were going to all these tournaments around the country. I had my own aspirations, and that part of that was, inspired by my mom in terms of all she had sacrificed for my brother and I didn't want anything to get in the way of that. I promised her that I would get a full scholarship to college so that she didn't have to pay for college, which, growing up with a single mom, that was a big deal. So I was a product of US soccer. I went U14, 15s, 16s, residency a little bit, 18s, 20s, 23s Olympic qualifying, and I played in the development academy. Went to college at the University of Akron, shout out the Zips. So I was able to be fortunate enough to win a national championship there. So I kind of ticked off a lot of the boxes in which you would, hypothetically want to go. But he definitely set the foundation for what inspired me to go along my journey. It was always like hard work pays off, and that was like a culmination of a lot of the hard work. And to see, her emotion, but also one thing we always talked about is when you reach your goals, it's one thing to reach your goal, but it's another than reset your goals. You don't just want to make it to the pros and fizzle out. You want to be a good pro. So that was a fun conversation, but then it was back to work. I always told my mom I'd buy her a cruise. We bought her a trip to Aruba. That was the one, that was what she wanted, and that was, she was pretty happy with that. And for me, it was, kind of honoring my mom and the sacrifice that she made. I think hopefully I made her proud.